Yeah, no problem.
No, it's not perfect.
Well, the little one is an 18th century Red Riding Hood, and the other one is Conde Garçon.
So the little one was not.
Do you have some?
Barney's that Simon Doonan did of another Mugler, very witchy looking outfit. Over the past 50 years, the museum at FIT has organized more than 200 exhibitions about fashion. So, working with the senior curators, I chose 33 of the most significant exhibitions to feature here, because we couldn't show all 200 of them. So going back to Paul Poiret, which was done in the 1970s, fashion and surrealism in the 1980s, right up to things like Gothic dark glamour and fairy tale fashion that have been 21st century exhibitions. Fashion and Surrealism was one of the very first exhibitions that compared fashion to art and that looked at similarities, that fashion was in a way a form of visual culture. And something like Paul Poiret, King of Fashion, in the 1970s, that was the first exhibition anywhere in the world to look at the importance of Paul Poiret. At that time, he died in poverty in the 1930s. He had been completely forgotten. And that exhibition reminded everyone that even before Chanel, he was encouraging women not to wear corsets, to wear trousers, to wear a lot of things which were very, very modern. Yes, I was interesting because the tweeds are especially made at special factories, but then you also have all of this sort of very old-fashioned couture fabric.
And bank. And there's
Yes.
like the Hope Diamond is.
Remove them
Yeah.
slowly to minimize the amount of
Shaking.
vibrations.
Well, these are all post-war, so these are like 1954s and after. The museum at FIT is best known for its exhibitions, which have been really influential, really award-winning exhibitions. Many people don't realize that we have an extremely large and important permanent collection of more than 50,000 garments and accessories from the 18th century to the present by every important designer, Azzedine Alaïa, Balenciaga, Chanel, Dior, right through to Westwood, Yamamoto, and Zoran. And all of that 50,000 garments and accessories are kept in this building in two large climate-controlled storerooms. Here on this side, here to the left, these are some of our hundreds of Chanel suits. The cream-colored dress in the center is a Dior from the middle of the 1950s. And actually, this pink one with the pink one with the rose in the middle, that's an Yves Saint Laurent for Dior. Sometimes the clothes are so fragile that they have to lie down. So that's what you see them do here, lying down, protected by acid-free paper. Here you see Civil War era dresses, the kind of dresses you'd have seen in Impressionist paintings. This pink one, this is one of the most famous dresses. This is the four-leaf clover ball gown by Charles James. Very fragile. It can neither lie down nor hang on a hanger. It has to hang from a specially built artificial body. another fabulous Charles James, a real architect of shape. The museum at FIT has the second best collection of Charles James dresses in the world after the Met. This is a pink dress from the middle of the 19th century. It has two bodices, one a day bodice and the other a evening bodice. That was very typical of mid-19th century fashion.
America or?
American.
The worst thing will be like
When we did,
From A Queer History of Fashion, From the Closet to the Catwalk, dresses by McQueen, Saint Laurent. And the museum has been in the forefront, I think, of encouraging people to think of fashion as an important part of society and culture. I think that in the past there was much more of a kind of male chauvinist view that fashion was something frivolous and feminine. It wasn't really important. It was just about hemlines. And I think increasingly over time, younger generation has come to accept that, yeah, fashion is significant. It's a part of culture and society. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. It has sometimes a really bad impact on the environment, but it's also a way that individuals can express themselves. It used to be that the women's movement thought that fashion was just oppressive, and then I think partly with the rise of gay liberation, there became a sense that no, fashion is neither good nor bad. It's something that we do with clothes, and that we can use clothes for both progressive or regressive attitudes.